because they think they can. It's amazing. They think that they can take your stuff and get away with it. You know, I say fire them up. Fire them up. And I do mean fire them up. That's all I can say. I don't play one way or the other. YouTube wants you to allow folks to do whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna, so we're out there on YouTube, and I'm gonna kill it on my end. Got it. Okay, cool. So we're waiting on Mike to come in, but these are some of the things that are going on in Chicago. Besides the smashing grabs, and AOC saying, well, the smash and grabs are just in your mind. Smash. I hope she gets a smash and grab. Okay. Talking about they're in people's minds. No, they're killing people. A young man got killed in the 100 block of, or the 0 to 99 block of Michigan Avenue, of Huron, which means it's right on the east side of Michigan Avenue. So you're a block away from Zara and high end stores like that. And AOC saying, well, no, these things aren't happening. The right wing media are making them up. She is tone deaf. She's delusional. She's cute as pie, but a delusional loony attuned. You hear me? I mean, but when you look at the kind of people though who are going to Congress, you look at Tlaib. How is Detroit represented by Tlaib? You got all these intelligent black folks in Detroit, and they let Tlaib rise to the occasion and take over that seat. Really? That shows you how dysfunctional those black people are. Totally dysfunctional. I don't know what's going on with Mike. Let's see here. Mike. Anyway, but she's been rebuked for doubting that smash and grab is real. It is real, very real. So they said that Representative Jim Banks from Indiana, he's a Republican from Indiana, he called the New Democrats' remarks tone deaf, offensive to the family of the Oakland security guard who was fatally shot in San Francisco last week. He was protecting a TV news crew covering a smash and grab theft in the area. He was shot dead. Asian guy, nice guy by all accounts. The retail industry leaders Association also took issue to AOC's remarks because they're losing billions of dollars because people are smashing and grabbing and refusing to prosecute these folks. Let me see what's going on with Mike. Let's see here. Hey, I'm calling you so you can hear me calling. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Charles.
Yeah, did you hit the link?
I still haven't got an email yet.
Yeah, it's gone. It's in your email. I sent it twice today.
What email did you send it to? mlet@msusa.org?
Yeah, I think that's the only one I have.
That's odd that it hasn't come in at all. Can you text it to me? I can get into the text too.
Let's see here. Signature. Let's see. I'm going to send it. Let me see here. Where did I send it? Okay. Let's see here.
I keep refreshing the email, but it's not coming in.
Okay. Let's go here. And let me go over here. Go back here. Okay. I'm going to send this to you one more time.
You can send it to me text or email.
I'm going to send it to your email. I got, okay. You know what, it's going to K Letts. So give me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do the MLETs.
MLETTS at.
Right. That's why I haven't gotten it.
Yeah.
InvestUSA.org.
Got it. Okay, there you go.
All right, I'll tell you right now. Pull it up.
It's a slow news day. It's a slow news day. You know, they're talking about some police officers that were asked to leave a restaurant because they had on their pistols. I bet you if they were being robbed, they'd want.
This is amazing to me, Charles. While we're talking about one, I'm refreshing now, so we're going to come in. But here, this is San Francisco, where they're having the looting problem, the smash and grab. You know, I mean, crime is rampant.
AOC said that's not happening.
Okay, here it is. You just came in.
Even though there was a man last week, I think his name was Lou, who was shot, an Asian guy. He was shot. He was a security guard, shot and killed, shot in the chest.
But yet she insists it's not happening.
Right.
I mean, yep, here it is. Preparing meeting, please enter your name. Yep.
So, you know, that's where we are today with this nonsense, man. It's just
amazing me, the stupidity of people. That's what blows my mind.
Well, the stupidity, but more importantly, Mike, these people are dangerous in that they want to put their lives in the hands of criminals. You know, I've often said over the years that these so-called crazy people down in the subway were dangerous people. Right. They present an issue to public safety issue to citizens because if they're not cognizant enough to know that you can't push a person off of a platform into the oncoming train, then they have a problem. And the thing was, I would always tell these people when they'd come up to me or approach me, I guess because they wanted a sympathetic face, and I would be very curt and very nasty to them and tell them, I will hurt you. They got that. They understood that. So it's not like they were, you know, it's not like they were so crazy that they didn't understand, I am going to throw you on those tracks if you mess with me. Okay. And you know, and really, Michael, I don't mean to sound careless or heartless, but I do mean to sound this way. I grew up in a time when you didn't mess with people unless you wanted trouble. It's not my responsibility as a citizen to be concerned about some homeless dude or some crazy person out here who may put my eye out with a piece of glass or stab me. It's not for me to try to ascertain to help this person. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to protect myself. I am not interested in helping them. And then because you're not interested in, then the legal system goes, well, couldn't you have, well, you do it. See, you know, the thing I love about these judges and these prosecutors is they're always so damn liberal until their ass gets raped or their daughter gets raped or they get mugged. And then they're the most vehemently law and order people you ever want to see. But how many people have they put back on the street to kill, to maim, to rape, to rob? Yesterday, or day before yesterday, in Chicago, in the south side of Chicago, a group of women, 4 women, were out decorating in this neighborhood called Washington Park. They're out putting up Christmas decorations. They raise money and they're, you know, trying to make the neighborhood look nice. These 4 black thugs pull up and rob the women of their purses and their personal effects. Now, what these women should have done was when the car pulled up, they should have had, first of all, you got to have a lookout. And see, this is the thing I try to impress on people, but especially black people who live in these areas. And I could never get my own mother to understand this. And that is, you're not living in the 60s. You're not living in the 50s where you could leave your door open. My mother thought that she could leave her. My mom, you know, these people don't know you. Well, they know Miss Butler. They don't care about Miss Butler. She never got that. You know, it's like the older you got in our community, everybody knew who you were. They respected you. They was like hands off, blah, blah, blah. That's not the case anymore.
No, we're living in a different society in a different time, and it's hard for the older generation to understand that.
Well, there is no honor. See, there's no
Right.
honor among these young men.
No
It used
respect.
to be you didn't rob old people and you didn't rob women, right? That was the
Right.
rule.
Correct.
Now they're robbing women. This one kid on a street that I used to live off of, there was a Popeye's chicken not too far away.
Right.
And the old man was walking down the street, and this young boy, 20-something years old, 24, 25 years old, walked up to him and said, "Do you have $1?" And the man said, "Huh?" He said, "Do you have $1?" The man said, I can't hear you. He pulls out a 9mm and shoots the man in the leg.
Wow.
And, old man, right? I mean, it's going to be probably fairly traumatizing for him, being the fact that he was old. But that's what this young boy did. Now, see, if it had been me, I'm always very clear. Leave me alone. And I tell people all the time, this is my pat thing. Don't make your problem my problem.
You're right.
Mike, help me out here. Elucidate on that. Run with that for a minute.
No, I mean, you're exactly right. What I was laughing at, Charles, is you and I both probably don't have too many people that come up to begin with because we look a little intimidating. But I always take the opportunity when they come up and say, "Hey, do you have $1? Do you have two?" I said, "Well, let me get over my revolver first as my service weapon." I said, "See what I got in my pocket." Boy, they take off running when you tell them that.
Yeah. But see, I don't want them to know, Mike, that I have a weapon. I don't want them to know anything because, they might be able to use that on me. But I figure, and it's always been my thought, that if I have to pull my weapon, I'm not pulling it to wound somebody. I'm pulling it to make sure that we are not talking about what did you do to Charles Butler. Okay.
Well, exactly. And I just did an interview on this, Charles, a little while ago. There was a technical school in Florida where the officers were called. There was a gentleman, young student, 18-year-old student, who was flashing a knife. Mm-hmm. And there were other students there. And anyway, he lunged at the law enforcement, and they took him out. They shot him, and he died on the scene. Mm-hmm. But the question that was raised to me was, why didn't they wound him? Why didn't they do something different? Why did they have to use lethal force? And my response was, we are trained to eliminate the threat first and foremost.
Right.
You would be shocked at how fast somebody can get 40 feet from their position to you with a knife.
Well, the rule is 21, right?
Right.
The rule of 21. And it's amazing how this is an example. Did I tell you about the incident I had in Chicago about the guy accosting me? Okay, so I'm walking down the street, and this guy, big muscle bound dude. I mean, black guy, big muscles everywhere. Big pecs, big shoulders, big biceps. And I'm like, damn. I'm looking at the guy and I'm going, I'm kind of looking at him going, damn, this dude is built. But I wasn't really focused on him because I had some things on my mind. I just left the court and had some things on my mind.
Right.
And the guy caught me off guard. He said, "Hey man, you got how did he phrase it? Do you have $1?" And I was like, get out of here. And he looked at me. He said, "You talk to me like that? Are you crazy? You talking?" So he's trying to move on me, right? And so I said to him, "Mike," I backed up because he was rushing me. I backed up.
Right.
And I said, "Hey, wait right there." I kept pointing to him, "Wait right there. Because when I get through with this phone call, I'm gonna Zimmerman your ass." you know, he could hear me talking to the
August 23rd, 2013, 10
hold
hours,
on.
25
Listen,
minutes
can
and
you hear this?
47 seconds.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, hold on. This is the call I made to 911. Listen.
Stay right there. Chicago emergency. Stay right there. Hey, I'm Charles Butler. Send the police over to Wabash and Madison. Wabash and Madison? What's wrong, sir? Yeah, in a hurry. I got an altercation that we're looking at. Hey, sir, Charles Butler. It's Charles Barkley. Say again? You say your name is Charles Barkley. Charles Butler. Wabash and Madison. What's going on, sir? I told you it's an altercation. Send the police over. Okay, I don't send the police just for altercation. I need you to explain to me what's going on, sir. Well, you know what? That's why people die in Chicago because listen. Okay, so you need to you gotta explain to me why do you need the police? Well, I was being counseled and I was being confronted by a guy, and you sitting here talking about we're about to get an altercation, and you asking dumb questions. That's not dumb. That's an altercation. It is totally dumb. Totally dumb. That's why people don't call y'all. That's why people don't call you. I mean, because
I called Mike. They cut off the part where I called her a whole bunch of B's and MFs and stupid. I mean, I went nonlinear. And you know why I went nonlinear on? And she still works there. I still, I put place, she still works there. I want her fired. You see how dumb she was? We don't send the police to all the kids. Well, what the hell do you send them to, you dumb? I almost said the B word. Where do you send these people?
What's tragic on that situation, Charles, is you're in the middle of an alteration.
Oh yeah,
you can't protect yourself and be on the phone at the same time.
Thank you. You're the first person that understands that. So I'm on the phone and I'm watching this guy, right? So he doesn't rush me, right? So and so when he made his move on me, I made my move. I stepped back, and so he knew he figured out one thing. Oh, this guy can take care of himself. So he might be a cop. He might be whatever. He might be ex-military, but he ain't no punk. That's what I could see it in his face, the recognition in his face. And you could hear it in my voice as I de-stress because he's starting to, ease up and move away, right? You can hear it. Yeah. And so he's seeing that. I said, dude, I'm gonna Zimmerman you. Just wait until I get this phone call to these cops. I was laughing.
Let me show you something. I want to show you something, Joe. Here's my security detail. That's my wife, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
She's good. She's good.
Hey, man, so
well, I had to show you that because she's meaner than I am.
Is that so? Mike,
she's sitting over here laughing at your comments about that they wanted you to tell them about the altercation instead of fighting through.
Yeah. So I said, so the guy realized that one, I was on the phone. He could hear the voice, but he didn't realize this chick was so stupid. And so I had to keep up the facade that, Whoa.
What happened?
I don't know. We good now. Mike, that's horrible.
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, that's good. Okay, good. So it's echoing, Mike. Mike, it's echoing.
Is that better now?
Let's see. Yeah. What's going on? What you doing?
I hit the wrong button, Charles.
Okay. So Mike, you understand the pressure that I was under and how I'm handling these things. But Mike, in my mind, you can put video back on, Mike.
Yeah, let me do that.
In my mind, this is what I'm thinking in my mind, Mike. I'm going to mess up my $1,500 suit out here fighting with this big ass dude in the street because my intention was to really take him out. My intention was to take him out.
And to have dispatch treat you like that is just amazing to me.
I mean, but that's the way they treat black people. Did you understand? It's Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley. you. I mean, I called her all kinds of names, man. It was horrible. I'm glad they edited that out because I was like, you dumb blank, 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 but blank, 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 blank. Okay.
Oh,
But I mean, this dude was seriously huge. I mean, Mike, this dude was like Mike Tyson on steroids. He was big. And so I know he'd been in the joint pumping iron.
right. Yeah, and the last thing you need to do is be distracted by trying to describe what was going on. Just tell them to just come watch it themselves.
Well, and and this is the thing. I took this to aldermen and black people in power, and they laughed.
Right.
They laughed like, this is a guy who's trying to kill me. This is a guy who's probably a killer, and they're laughing. But let me tell you, Mike, what happened. Let me tell you what happened. We get concealed carry.
Right.
The following year. To this day, I've never had one guy, not one guy, approach me about $1 or get up in my face anymore. In those days, they see you in a suit, black dude in a suit, they make a beeline between all these white people and get right up in your face. Give me $1 or I'm going to take it. And so I pull out my wallet. Here it is, bro. Take it. I got $300 in here. Ain't have a quarter in there. I got $300 in here. Take it.
We can go one at a time, 300 times.
Yeah. You got it. But no, but seriously, I mean, that's what you had to do. And nobody would protect you because they gave more protection to these damn criminals, and the criminals do it. And I didn't play. If a guy ran up on me, I'd hit him right in the throat. Bam.
Well,
I hit him right in the throat.
It's the same mentality that we're talking about, Charles, just like with that restaurant. I don't understand where people think that telling police to leave and then asking for protection at the same time, just your situation, I don't understand the logic behind that. I don't understand where people got to that point.
So you ask the police to leave because they have guns. But see, that's the stupidity. That's the stupidity that's in our society today. It's stupid, Mike. It has nothing to do with education. And these people think that they're really special, that they're really on top of things, that they're really just really cool. I just told the police to leave because they had guns, man. I'm so fucking cool. Well, I'd like to see what you're gonna do when the bad boys show up for you.
Yeah. What I've always thought, Charles, is if a situation occurred there, I wonder if you could sue the establishment for putting you in harm's way, asking officers to leave. I mean, I wonder if there's any legal liability to them for that.
Well, I wouldn't think so because, part of this goes back to, I think, one of the issues people had with the Civil Rights Bill. And that was, how do you ask a private, or how do you direct a private entity to do something they don't want to do? It's like it's like right now, these gays who are demanding same-sex cakes and all that craziness. Craziest thing I've ever heard of. These people try to go, well, people can do what they want to do. And my analogy is this. A drug addict can do what he wants to do. Do I want to be affiliated with a drug addict? The answer is absolutely not. And I feel that way about gay. Well, it's different with gays. What's different about it? It's sin. Sin is sin. In fact, God didn't mention anything about the drugs, but he sure destroyed 2 cities over homosexuality.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Charles. I mean, and we have taken it as a society to say that what's good is bad and what's bad is good, and we have just, we're really reaping what we sowed. Really are.
Yeah. The question becomes, though, Mike, how far do we let it go? I'm looking at a piece for Thomas Jefferson. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at the original Declaration of Independence. Okay. And in the original Declaration of Independence, which Jefferson often quoted because he was very proud of it, he talked about dispensing with or abolishing the scourge of slavery. So now,
Right.
so at the New York Museum, they take Thomas Jefferson's statue down. Well, he's a racist. He was a slave owner. So what? In those days, most of the wealthier class owned slaves. That was the economy. That was the backbone of the economy in King Cotton. And by the way, slavery wasn't illegal.
Well, things have changed, over time, and it's
They
not been
did.
for the betterment. It really hadn't been, and that's what we're trying to do now. Is we're trying to make a difference. Talking about on your show with what we've seen, just with what happened with the restaurant and others. It's time that we do put an end to it, Charles. And I think the best thing to do is, the governor in Florida, Ron, has suggested that we create state guards and deploy them. Trump is saying deploy the National Guard. We've got to make a show of force. We've got to do it now. Otherwise, it's just going to continue to get totally out of hand.
Well, I called for the National Guard to come to Chicago back in 2007, 2008, 2009. I consistently called for the National Guard to come to Chicago.
Right.
And the only person, not even Fox, the only person that would even address it was Anderson Cooper. And so,
did he agree with you or disagree with you?
Let's see. That's a great question. Let's see. What I'm going to do is see if I can find it, because he was very clear that, Charles Butler, syndicated talk show host, I was thinking about it. Did he agree or disagree? I don't know. But look, let's take a quick break, a little pause for the calls, and we'll be right back.
Let me ask you, Charles, while you got that there. They sent me a note saying I've got to be out and be gone here in 10 minutes.
Okay. We'll do that.
How do you want to do that?
We can, what we'll do, hold on. What we'll
Karen
do.
just sent me a note saying I have a 3:00 and we have to leave in about 2 or 3 minutes.
This is Dan Perkins, co-host of Black and White, and this message is for the 200 million of you who have taken the COVID-19 shots. If you haven't taken the shot, don't waste your time. I'll get to you later. We need boosters because of the effectiveness of your original shot is deteriorating. The CDC tells us that you can get the Delta virus even with the original shot, and perhaps even with the third. You have to decide to get the third shot. It's your call. Think about this right now. While you're listening to this message, about 6% of Americans that have the vaccine are getting sick. You could be next. The CDC believes a low immune system may be the cause. So even if you get the third shot, you need to protect yourself and strengthen your immune system immediately. I have a great all-natural way to do this. Go to blacksandwhites.us website and click on the CV Acute bottle to have it on hand. If you wake up with flu symptoms, take CV Acute 3 times a day for 3 days and you're done. Don't wait until you get sick to buy this great tested.
Okay, Mike, I got your message. And you asked me if Anderson was pro or against what I had to say. Let's listen to him.
Sorry, but just pardon my ignorance on this. But so you're saying the tests that take 3 to 4 days.
Sorry, I got the wrong one. Hold on, this is it right here.
I want to read something that a Chicago radio talk show host, Charles Butler, said. He refers to gang members as urban terrorists, and he said this about the violence. He said, if this type of carnage were going on in a suburb of Chicago, we would have the National Guard, Blackwater, and armed vigilantes lining the streets to protect these young people. It does seem like, because it's in an urban setting, in an inner city community, that people outside of even of that community kind of expect this to happen. And this is not something that's normal. It should not be considered normal.
Okay. What do you think?
Well, it kind of surprised me a little bit. Especially coming from Anderson.
Yeah, but that's what he said. Okay. And my wife tickled me. She said, my ex-wife, she was like, well, I was getting ready to go to sleep, and I heard Anderson Cooper say, talk show host Charles Butler.
That was a day's work.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, man, I've been on this for a very long time. My solution to gang violence in Chicago is very simple: arm the citizens. When
Armed citizens, and then combining with and working with the National Guard, local state law enforcement solves the problem.
and I think that the citizens should be like neighborhood watch. They should go through a training. They should have weapons instead of radios, or they can have radios too, but they should have weapons. But they want to put these people on the street corners with a damn T-shirt and a cell phone. Give me a break.
That doesn't work.
You need a cell phone, a T-shirt, and a 30-06 or a 12 gauge shotgun or a 20 gauge shotgun. That's what you need.
12 gauge works best.
Yeah.
Charles, it's been a real privilege. It's always
Hey,
great.
man. Hey, look, so you off and running, huh? You got some meetings to go to.
But I'll be back within the hour.
All right.
You tell me what your schedule's like.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you, man. Always.
All right, Charles. Appreciate it, buddy. We'll look forward to doing it again.
Tell Kay I said hello. That was great. It was great of her jumping on. I appreciate her.
I'll tell her you said so.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Okay, buddy.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, we're going to take a little pause for the cause, folks, and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Charles Butler, the host of the radio show, The Reality Check with Charles Butler. At Asset Benefits, we provide our clients with the rates and benefits from over 20 top-rated life insurance companies. We make you informed decision makers about final expense, mortgage protection, and securing your family's financial stability with the loss of a loved one. Hey, don't wait. Pick up the phone and call 312-667-9111 for your free quote and evaluation. So don't leave your family in a financial crisis because of a failure to plan for financial needs. Please call us for a free analysis and quote at 312-667-9111. Thank you.
Okay, we are back and broadcasting live here at Red State Talk Radio. That's what we do every day. Love it. So let's see. I was going to do something on Thomas Jefferson and the Constitution, but I think I'm going to head out to the Washington Post and definitely kick this up. Okay, breaking news. Right. They're talking about the Beijing Winter Olympics and will the U.S. attend? No U.S. official will attend the Beijing Winter Olympics. What does that mean? No U.S. official. It's put on by the IOC. Some people are talking about Sidney Powell. They said her nonprofit raised $14 million spreading falsehoods. Dang, that's a lot of money. 14 million. No wonder Sydney doesn't have time to come on my show anymore. She big time now, baby. But Lord have mercy. 14 million in her nonprofit. Damn. I wish I could raise that kind of money. So, there's a lot going on. They're playing games here. Biden is supposed to talk to who tomorrow? He's supposed to talk to the president of Russia, Putin, and they're laughing. They're laughing at this guy. He's such a joke. Nobody thinks he's serious, and they know he's bought and paid for. I mean, the Russians really know that he's bought and paid for. And they also knew there was no Russian collusion with Donald Trump. Wow. Amazing. So, here we are. Sydney is got 14 million in her war chest. She was ordered to pay 28,000 or something like that. So that's good. She's good. Amazing. They said that the Senate is revving up to work on this $2 trillion spending proposal aiming to complete the vote on the Biden back bill before Christmas. Don't think it's going to happen. Not going to happen. You know, because the bill contains too many other things in it. It's like DACA, legitimizing DACA. And I'm not talking about, I'm talking about the undocumented children who were brought here by illegals, born here. If they're minors, they need to go back to wherever they came from with their parents, come back when they're 18. And they can do contracts and whatnot. As COVID persists, healthcare workers leave staff jobs, triple their salaries as traveling nurses. I talked to a number of traveling nurses, and it's really interesting. Every traveling nurse I talked to said she was not taking the vaccination. There wasn't enough information on it. I didn't ask them for that. I was sitting with this lady, and she went off, man. She was like, hell no, I'm not taking that vaccine. But excuse me, that's what we're dealing with now. You know, we're dealing with nurses tripling their salaries and traveling and doing what they need to do. I would be remiss if I didn't hold a moment of silence for a great statesman, great American, Senator Bob Dole, one of the most decent men you'll ever meet. And we're going to have a moment of silence for him. He passed away Saturday. So he was 97 years old. Okay, let's have a minute of silence for Senator Dole. Okay. Great statesman, great individual, great American. Worked hard for all Americans. It's interesting that we come to this particular time and we're still talking about sanctions to handle Russia while we're asking them to send us oil. And while President Biden opened up the pipeline between Europe and Russia so that he said, this is what he said. He said, how are the Russians to gain any revenue if I don't open the pipeline? That's what he said with his dumb ass. Totally dumb. And you guys went out there and voted for this dumb son of a. I mean, he's just totally dumb. You know, and it's amazing. But people, good people, went out there and voted for him. Like he was going to do something different. Well, he wasn't. Excuse me. Sorry that I did that. I yawned in your face like that, but a little tired. Genetic code. At least 17 cases of corona as the ship docks in the New Orleans area. Wow. Wow. Amazing. Well, in Michigan, police questioned an artist linked to the building where the parents of the Michigan shooter suspect hid. The guy was an artist, and the parents were trying to escape, I guess, over to Canada. Amazing. They were trying to make that move across the border, not understanding that there were people over there waiting for them too. Bob Dole. Great American. Wow. So they said that Biden is approving more oil and gas drilling permits on public land than Donald Trump did. Interesting. Interesting. Can't believe it. I was thinking, that, sooner or later, Biden's going to do the right thing. He has to do the right thing. Gas prices going out of control, housing prices out of control, food prices out of control. He has to do the right thing sooner or later. And if you throw so much mud on the wall, something's going to stick. So I don't understand what this drilling's about, but is he going to let us go back to what we were doing under Donald Trump? That's the question. Where we became energy independent and didn't have to kowtow to anyone. In Los Angeles, they said that crime is up almost 4% over where it was last year. It's pretty high last year too. They said they implemented a bail policy to lower prison population during COVID. Really? And so stores are seeing an increase in crime. How about that? Where else do criminals go? And all Biden can do is throw money at the problem instead of change his policies. Amazing. But that's what you get when you elect these people. I always say that, but I always put my money where my mouth is. And I always, back it up with facts. Back it up with facts. Bob Dole, great statesman, great humanitarian. I'm still thinking about Sidney Powell and that $14 million, how she got that. Damn. That's a lot of money, man. Wow. Anyway, excuse me. Dang. It's official. Purdue to challenge Kemp for Georgia governor, ensuring a divisive GOP primary. Well, it will be. And I think the Georgia governor is going to lose because he didn't help Donald Trump out. And they changed the election laws to allow ballot harvesting and things like that. Amazing. Hey, well, we got about 5 minutes left out here. And I was just looking at the flag flying at half mast over the White House for Bob Dole. Such a great guy. Now, Indian troops, we're going to talk about India now, because this is another flash zone that nobody wants to talk about. But Indian troops killed 14 civilians over the weekend in incidents spurring demands for a repeal of special powers in some regions. Wonder what that's all about. Far-right Canadian presidential campaign put in a headlock by a protester at a rally. You know that never happened here. A politician gets put in a headlock? I don't think so. Could you imagine someone putting Barack Obama, or George Bush, or Hillary Clinton in a headlock while they were campaigning? I doubt it. You wouldn't get that close. Wow. I am slow sleepy, but I did have a lot of work to do today. Hey, look, we're going to cut the show short. We're going to end on time. It says homicide rate is the leading cause of pregnant women. Black women are at greatest risk. Wow. Yeah, we did a minority health disparity issue, and we knew that going in. And Yeah, we knew that going in our reports and then talking to health professionals. But maybe tomorrow we'll talk about that after we talk to Frank Venucio. Frank Venucio, my guy. 312. My call-in number. Can't come with the rest of it. 872. I'll have it tomorrow. We may do some call-ins. Like to do that. Hey, look, I'm about petered out here. So I'm going to go ahead and end the show. You guys have some fun, and I can't do that. I can't end the show because on the other end, Red State and on Blacks US Today, they're going all the way up to the hour, the end of the hour. So, and that's only 2 minutes. So I can talk about something between now and then. Let's talk about de Blasio. His latest. He's going out the door. I tell you, he's going out the door with a big bang. He just announced that vaccine mandates for private employers. Does he think anyone's going to pay him any attention? Oh man, it's too funny. But they say that de Blasio wants these vaccines for private employers. It says Bill de Blasio described the measure as a preemptive strike meant to curb another wave of coronavirus, help reduce transmissions. No science behind this now. Nothing about immunity and natural immunity and all that. All that science goes out the window because they want us to get more vaccines. Question is why? Somebody's making money. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this one out. All private employees take the shot. I mean, really? Does this guy think anybody's listening to him? Europe is on the edge of corona. It says cases rise quickly before the holidays. I guess. Hey, but look, we're almost at the end of the hour. I want you guys to have a good day. Have a good rest of the day. We'll be back tomorrow with Frank Venucio. We'll be talking about Joe Biden and his chat today with Vladimir Putin. Where does that go? Have a good one.